talk about tapes floating around D.C. And the latest one, leaked to the Washington Post, has House Majority Leader Kevin McCarthy telling Paul Ryan and other Republican colleagues that he believes Putin pays you-know-who. Now, the tape is from 2016 when he was running for president, and McCarthy says, "I was just kidding."
That's not funny.
Well,
that's not funny.
Trump
honestly.
joke is becoming redundant.
Well, and think about if someone's going to make a comment like that. That was before so much of this came out,
was last
which
year.
would indicate behind closed doors there were more things or jokes going on about this topic.
This is infuriating, though. I mean, I was looking at the Republican primary stage, and there were a lot of people on that stage I could have voted for. Rand Paul was on that stage. John Kasich was on that stage. And this makes me so mad because if you had any inkling of this stuff going on, you were at all serious and talking to colleagues, you had an obligation to speak up because that may have put doubt in voters' minds. Maybe they would have heard Donald Trump's populist message, but they would have said, you know what? There's a lot of nonsense here, and I'm worried about the issues, and this isn't the guy to elect. And this put this guy in office, so I'm mad, I'm angry, and I'm disappointed in them.
The hardest thing about this is that this is, to me anyway, a clear case of party over people.
Yes.
You know?
Right.
And when you choose the party over the people, I think this is what happens, you know? And they wanted to win so badly that they didn't care how they did it. And, you know, you kind of got to go, well, and I think Obama said it. You get the president.
To that point, Kevin McCarthy, the guy Kevin McCarthy is the one who's making this joke. He said everybody thought Hillary Clinton was unbeatable, right? But we put together a Benghazi special committee, a select committee. What are her numbers today? Her numbers are dropping. There was a whole conspiracy to attack the woman.
What's interesting also is that Paul Ryan was in the room, and he said, listen, let's not all joke about this. We don't want any leaks. We are a family. And it sounded very Godfather to me, right? I was like, and to your point of party before people, they're saying we as the Republican Party, as the leaders, are going to keep this from the people. And wasn't it Franklin Delano Roosevelt that said, you know, that these selfish men will clip the wings of the eagle to feather their own nest?
It doesn't make sense, though, because Trump was... It doesn't make sense to me.
I dated him, by the way. Oh, he was fabulous. He had a hard time also, I'm just saying.
No, it just doesn't make sense because Trump was the outsider, and the perception that I got, and from talking to people, is that so many of these party establishment guys didn't like him. So if you didn't like him, why didn't you speak out? Because there were other people.
Because they couldn't stop him. He was unstoppable.
Maybe not.
The press was making him famous.
He was unstoppable because people didn't speak up.
They spoke up.
Thank you. So, one thing... Thank you, one thing that's not lining up for me, though, with people that continue to support Donald through this, Donald Trump, excuse me, or President Trump, through this Russian debacle is this was the man that created so much fear about borders, immigrants, possibly whether it's refugees or specifically Muslims, that's debatable, but he creates this fear of people, so people close in their doors, yet they're okay with the idea of him teaming up with a foreign adversary that historically has done such awful things to his people, yet his supporters continue to not see that as a kind of dichotomy of thought.
They don't believe the story. I have to say this about this Washington Post story. It says, no one, the line from the Post story that's worth noting, to put this into context, is, it is difficult to tell from the recording the extent to which the remarks were meant to be taken literally. So they're saying, listen, we were all just joking.
But even a joke comes from a place of truth. That's why people laugh.
The point is not whether you were joking or not. You said it. And as you have said about lots of other candidates, if you said it, there must be something there. So...
And they're not comedians. They're not comedians.
And you're not